The second one today, CNFT Tuesdays. I'm really cooking here. I'm making up from last week, okay? Because tonight we were talking all about Cardano NFTs. I've got a full star-studded roster up for you guys, and I'm just really excited. What's going on, everyone who's already in the room? Hader, let's go, and the 9 others. Really quick, I just want to thank you guys all for joining us. Tree Cities, I saw you earlier too. So Tree City, I did say what's up to you earlier, but I want to say what's up to you now. Next week, you already heard that we're gonna have what's his name, Steve from Vi5. We're actually gonna have a new person named Gully. I want to try to integrate more people in here. Chris Crypto. Actually, matter of fact, if any of you guys in the chat right now, let's do this for this. If you guys want to be in the live stream, like in future updates or whatever, just give me a 1 in the chat if you want to. If you don't want to, no problem. But I'd love to have any of the Cowboys on. Like, this is our channel together. So I feel like it totally belongs to us. We make the community, and so I'm just super excited. There, you want to be on? Let's go. I'm all about it. I'd have to schedule you. I have all your socials, so let me know. Anyone else too? Really quick, go ahead and hit up the saloon. There's about 3,000, like 2,700 people in there. I'm not sure. I think like 500 of them are bots, but let them know to join the live stream. I am going to be doing about 2 giveaways here. I did 2 giveaways earlier, I think, and I'll be doing 2 giveaways now. Really want to thank you guys for joining us. So I really want to bring in the first guest and really just start getting going here. What's going on, Brian? Good to see you again, brother. I can't wait for next Thursday. Actually, now that I see AJC on there, next Thursday we'll be eating those crickets. So I really can't wait for that. Would you consider buying AGC? Of course I would. Of course, I think I already have Pulse Chain. Actually, like I was saying, next week we are eating crickets. Next Thursday we are doing it. So I'm gonna schedule it with AJC himself. so it's gonna be freaking hilarious. So I'm excited about it. All right, let's bring in our guests here. When he buys, there is no hesitation. Cardano, he knows Cardano is fighting inflation. Took a big poopy as he burned off his spoopy. Chat room stand up. He deserves an ovation. He's the one, the only, the crypto bandit.
Welcome that was me. I was like, spoopy novation. Oh my gosh, what is up, y'all boys? Back again. I feel like I have not seen the Cowboy fam in so long. Have y'all been taking these gains? Have y'all been DCAing? I don't know what's going on anymore. It's been a busy time, guys. I got a baby coming soon. Your boy been nesting.
You got a baby coming soon. That sounds exciting. I knew that, of course, but look, Seron's fan club is back in here. So you got a fan club. Seron, I thought you bought in a yummy and the spoopy for the.
I did, but I just didn't think you were talking about me.
Oh,
I forgot.
Okay. Gotcha. I thought you brought that in. Gates, what's going on, man? They're giving you the congratulations. So I think she's due.
Thank you.
Sometime in August, right? So that's
August. Yes.
Good deal. All right, here we go. Let's bring in the next one. Taking time off with a gnarly vacation, filling up his bags like a gas station. He always wants more as he sweeps up the floor, stays above it all like a flotation. He's the one, the only, the crypto warden. His name is Ethan.
Guys, the market's still unpredictable. It's still going up and down. I'm back with the cowboy hat, fresh from the vacation. It's the greatest day of the week, baby. You know we got the news all the time. It's CNFT Tuesday. Let's go.
This man is always so hyper. This man talk about CNFT Tuesday on Mondays, y'all.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
He talk about CNFT Tuesday every day of the week, bro. Every day of the week. He's just like CNFT Tuesday, CNFT Tuesday. So I'm loved it. I'm loving the energy.
Yes, sir,
really quick big ups to King Moses, Seron's fan club, Chris Crypto, Mike Thomas, all you guys. What's going on? Brian,
guys.
What's up? So we've got a special guest here. Hopefully our other guests can make it. They're on a live stream right now. But this one is particularly special. He's making a 3-peat recurrence here. And so more than happy to see him. I see him making the rounds on all the Twitter spaces, and he's like in like high demand right now. So I'm very
Spaces was popping off, boy.
Yeah, I know, man. Very grateful for him to be with us. It's awesome. All right, here we go. He collects his NFTs like a chorus. Lots of ways to say that. Thesaurus.
Always laying down them great intros.
But I'm not a rapper.
Lots of ways to say that. I'm glad you caught that. Lots of ways to say that. Thesaurus. Making that money, got bread with that honey, bringing us research. Yeah, he is Forrest. He's the one, the only Chronic from Daily Chronicles. Welcome to the chat.
Look, I like that honey. What's happening, y'all? Pleasure to be here again.
What's going on, Chronic?
You know, hopefully not 3 strikes that I'm out, you know, but
yeah,
I'm ready for tonight, man. I ate tacos today, brother, so let's go. Taco Tuesday. Go.
That man said like a thesaurus, boy.
Like bro, I'm trying to I can't do it.
That was
I
classic.
can't do it. Fun fact, I like to look this is the hat stream right now. Everyone's got a hat. Seron, you need a Cowboys hat for sure. You got the Bucking hat.
Okay, here it is. If y'all live in a state that sell extra large cowboy hats, I have legit gone to Tractor Supply, Bass Pro, random stores on, like, I can't find I have a massive head. It's huge. And my hair is like super thick and long. So it just don't fit. I need a hat. You know how I need like a 20-gallon hat. I don't even know if gallon is circumference, but that's
you need a 50-gallon hat, bro. Yeah. So guys, we're talking CNFTs today. And Chronic, super glad to have you here. I'd love to hear from you as much as these other guys, but you specifically, because right now I'm getting we all know we're in a bear market and we're trying to make we're just trying to make money. Okay. The chat wants to make money first, and then they care about the project, and then maybe they develop the lungs for the project and all that stuff. Tell me about ducks. Okay, Chronic. Last week you told me about ducks. It was a 6.5 ADA mint. Okay, it minted on Sunday, and I saw the floor immediately right after, hours after. It was probably around 25, 26, 27 ADA. Which is I mean, that is a 4x. That is a 5x return if you were able to mint. But there was a problem with the mint. So could you give me the rundown on what happened with ducks? Is it still a good buy? What's up with that?
I mean, I minted. Fortunately, I was whitelisted, so I minted 10. I told you not to buy off a secondary, right? It was a mint only. I ended up. Chrissy and I minted 10 each. I fell asleep. It minted out 4,000 ducks within like 3,200 public in like 5 minutes.
It minted fast.
I sold. I mean, I made what I put out. So 65 times 2, what's that? 130. I know I sold 10 of them, and I know I sold a few of them for 33 each. So I made double, triple my money. Like I said, I still got 10. But it's like 8 ADA floor right now. They don't have utility. Is it a good buy? I told you. I mean, do you like the art? It's 8 ADA now. You feel me? I don't. Like I said, it was an initial flip. It was a fun thing. Laddering out, I got too many to where if I want to put them on the floor now, sure you could. But it's not worth to buy now. Honestly, in my opinion, it was a fun little mint. For like a Father's Day, whatever, a week.
What happened with it? Do you know? Does anyone know? Warren, maybe you know.
I thought they fumbled.
Yeah, so they opened the whitelist part. It was 30 minutes before, right at the public. But then the founder / creator of the project, he kind of accidentally fat fingered and released the address 20 minutes earlier than he was supposed to.
What does fat fingering mean? What does that mean?
You ever had like an alt in a video game and you ain't try to use your alt? And then you use your alt on accident, and it was useless, and you ain't kill nobody.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah,
that's called fat finger.
Yep.
Yeah, you hit all typed up, ready to go, and he hit enter. Right, it was supposed to be like 9 o'clock Eastern, and then people got upset. Right, so that you mess up a mint, especially like this, even though it was free. It was blah blah blah. It was supposed to flip it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so. Unfortunately, that might have killed some momentum before it started, right? But it's still, if you got the mint, you made the money, and that's where it was to be made, right?
It's sitting at an 8 ADA floor. What was the original minting price? Like 6 ADA or something like that, right?
6.5.
6.5.
What's the royalties on it right now? Like 5%?
He's probably got 10.
Probably.
It's like Marsburg then. Oh, yeah, damn. This was another Marsburg.
Exactly how it was. Marsburg is on chain, right? So.
Yeah,
Marsburg is a little different, and it kind of came out. It was the first of this kind of cheap mint, right? You know what I mean? And then that they're, you know, this here is a 4,000 supply, so no utility, and he even said no utility, so you know it needs to get hyped, and it's not. So yeah. I mean, no saying it can't go up a few, but we're pushing to try to get to 50 in that, but I laddered out before then. You know what I mean? I sold some for 15, 24, 33. I still got some up for 44, 22. If they sell, they sell, right?
So the story is basically, if you minted and you sold the same day, you made 4x your money. If you held on,
that's kind of the game right now, right? That's the game right now, honestly. You know what I mean? It's on anybody that's minting right now is in a bad position in a sense, unless you have some amazing utility, amazing project roadmap, and that's hard to do, right? It's just showing a promise. And right now, everyone's trying to get liquidity and go into the blue chips, whether it be we're gonna get to that in a minute, but Clays, you know, Apes, Kongs, whatever I consider blue chips, Space Buds, you know, etc. So that's what you're trying to get into these low projects and go ahead and throw your liquidity into the bigger ones, right? That's my goal in this market now.
So that's your goal. You want to flip
my plan, you know.
Yeah, you want to mint these newer projects, flip them, and then get into bigger blue chip NFTs.
That was my goal from the beginning, but then I had a big stumble with Eden 7.
Yeah, my man,
basically all that Mars Birds money you made.
He's building though. Yeah, Mars Birds, the mint was a killer. You know what I mean? They still at 36.8 a floor. So it's about them building, the community coming around. So these ducks might be a winner. Who knows? You got to go check the Discord. He's got to get it hyped. Because Dean, like I said, the 10% is cool because he basically gave it away. I think NFT makers, like, you know, it's up to the 4, 5, 8 ish. So he's got to make a little something. So the royalties, he wants you to flip it. It's also in the you don't have to feel guilty because I know the dude. Like, I don't know him personally. He's Australian, but we speak. And I'm not like, dude, I'm flipping your product. He wants you to flip it because that's how he makes the money. So I said it last week. Right, what's that?
These ducks.
These ducks.
Oh, these ducks. Oh, I thought we were talking about Eden 7 for a second. I was like, okay.
No. Eden too. Eden's the homie. Eden deserves all kind of stuff. He's gonna get his glory in the end, broski, because he's been working hard.
With these projects, how I'm curious on, for selfish reasons, how many hours do you think it takes for someone to put into an NFT project? Like, is it a lot? Like, is it a hard work to keep this?
It depends on the project, right? I mean, I've seen people putting it together in an evening, and I've seen, heard of 9 months, a year, right? It depends on their work, or they copy and paste like a lot of these projects are right now, because that's what we're doing, right? They're just copying and pasting things and just, so it just ride the trend, right? Just like in the stock market or in the crypto market, you ride the trend to the end. You know what I'm saying? It's going to end eventually. And then that's why you just take that. You don't hold these things. I mean, they're not going to have the money. They're free. How are they going to build? You know what I mean? Like,
oh, so you're not on TAL's boat, because TAL be holding, boy.
Well, I was the holder. TAL taught me how to flip, because I was like, they teach you to hold a 65, you're tired. No, they'll crash on you 17 times by then. Like, you gotta get some liquidity, just like we're gonna talk about yesterday in a minute, Space Buds, and I sold one. Like, why? And I will talk about it in a minute, because I believe in it, but I want to make sure I get my bag, even though I paid 0 for the 3 I have. So
that's right.
Anyway, so
really quick, we got some questions here. Gates is asking, how do you get into these mints in the first place?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you're able to get some of the early Discord grinders, right? They always are getting the nitty gritty. That's why I miss grinding in Discord, because you would always get these crazy invites. But good, it's a good and a bad, right? Because a double-edged sword. If you get good projects, you make good projects. But if they throw you a bunch of duds, you can lose a lot of ADA as well, or any kind of money. But Twitter Spaces, right? They come in, they pitch a project to you, and then you hear these founders. You can ask them all the questions yourself. You can vet them then, seeing if he knows what he's talking about. Does he have a roadmap? What's his price? What's his supply? Does he have a plan? What, who's his dad? What's the whatever? That's what we learn, and then we try to get whitelist for ourselves. or the community as well, like for the people in that Twitter space. Hopefully, the project, whoever's in this Twitter space, 50, 100 people, they got whitelist, DM them, etc. That's how we get it. If it's just like or if I'm on your show, I would negotiate. Hey, I can get us 4 a whitelist. That's just how we roll. I don't get paid for any promotion. That is your thing. The project as well, you have an NFT. If not, but you still have to pay for that to get that entry. It's just like an admission ticket. You still, you got to buy it when the time comes. It's just a reserved right to purchase.
Yeah, I really wish I could get into more whitelist, because that like, especially when on Binance Smart Chain, when we were getting to projects like super early, it really didn't matter if the project tanked all the way to the bottom. 9 times out of 10, you made money. And I talk about this all the time. Baby Shark Tank, it was the trashiest coin. Elon made a tweet. We got into the coin in like the first 10 minutes, and then I told Aaron about it, and the thing 20x'd. We sold it, and then it freaking tanked, and we were like, "Oh, didn't matter."
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, guys. I just had an idea. You guys tell me, is there a launch pad for NFTs? Like, is there how like BSC pad and all? Are there launch pads for NFTs?
Yes, many.
Which ones are those?
Now there's many projects. Yeah, there's many projects and people, now put together launch pads. They're backing, 5 projects, or multiple. Like JPG Store is a launch pad now. Free Roam is a launch. All the marketplace on Cardano right now are launch pads. OpenSea is a launch pad. Magic Eden, Solana is a launch pad. They're all promoting these people, and they're just letting them mint, and that's, So yeah, I mean.
Wait, that doesn't mean it's a launch pad, because they're not giving you access through token to certain holders for a whitelist.
Yeah. Do we have?
That's what you're describing sounds more like an incubator.
Yeah, they got that as well. They got YouTubers. They have Discord channels where you buy my NFT, not mine, particularly buy their NFT, and you get a chance to win a whitelist. But then again, what makes that project you're getting whitelist for good? You're not all right, Cho Kong whitelist coming up. They're Magic Kong. Like I told you last week, Aaron, the only time to get a guaranteed shroom is to have what? A Kong, right? Mm-hmm. So you can try to mint the Magic Kong public, but I can't get you a whitelist to that. Everyone's gonna want that. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to. You're not gonna get that. So you can't guarantee the good whitelist. What are you giving people? What's your value, honestly? That's why I don't.
No, I hear you. So what I'm into also on different chains and stuff are launch pads, and I buy in let's say 10 grand into a launch pad, and that there are projects that go to that launch pad
and they automatically get a whitelist
to for the marketing, for the development, all that kind of stuff, and they get what would be considered a whitelist to buy in below market value, below public sale, right? ICO. And so is there something like that in the Cardano NFT ecosystem?
I don't think so.
I don't really know of that, what you're saying, buying, and I've heard
so
what
let me explain. He did a horrible job. He did a horrible job. So let me describe. There's
but I mean, I get the point though. What Cornucopias did, right? Is that correct?
I'm not familiar.
They did something similar. You had to buy a token to get Copy. Like you said, you had to invest in money into Binance to get the Copy token to then what I mean? It's something like that.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. You get early access to the seed. You had to invest in the platform to get access to the Copy token, and then you're basically an early investor. Then you're an OG, essentially.
Yep.
Maybe that's what you're talking about. I don't believe that's on Cardano. I could be mistaken.
I mean, it really just varies from project to project, because, I mean, you have these projects, for example, one we'll talk about later with the Mallet Order. They kind of did it where, before everything really came out, they had that engagement on Twitter where it was the retweeting and the likes and stuff. And then that's how you really got into the original part of that project. But I mean, it just depends with the different roadmaps and the different community in the project.
They don't know between the Warden and Chronic. They don't They don't know. They don't know about launch pads like that. It doesn't exist.
True.
So like what you're trying to describe. So like the way it works on BSC pad, right? There's 5 tiers. Let's say if you own one BSC pad token, you're in a lottery for let's say a lottery to be able to buy the token or whitelist. If you own 2 tokens, you get 2 lottery tickets. If you own 3 tokens of this coin, you're guaranteed 1 whitelist. If you own 4 tokens, you're guaranteed 2 whitelists. That's how it works on like Binance Smart Chain. But not whitelist. You're guaranteed a percentage of tokens you can buy from the total supply of the project.
Yeah, that's just different. It seems like it's just different.
But if they brought that to Cardano and just flipped it from supply of tokens to
you see what's happening right now is a Twitter space and the flamingos in there now. They're giving away white. That's how they do it. And like Crypto Warden said, that you got to grind in the Discord. That's how they get the engagement. It's not as big as Binance and it's Ethereum and stuff yet to where they can just buy them. They need to.
Aaron,
it's a little bit different. But the marketplace.
Aaron, how do we make a launch pad and have them come on? How do you make that?
We'll talk later.
That?
They may be trying to do what you guys are talking about on like JPG, right, or JPEG, but we just don't know it yet. But they also have projects that they are, incubating, as you said, and launching them off. So if you are allowed to buy their token, right, and then get access to their 5, 8, 10, 12 projects that launch on their pad, that is what you can be talking about. I just don't know if I even have access yet. And actually I could, but I just don't know it yet because I don't have skin in it.
Yeah, we're basically talking about how to get into mints in the first place. So that's just an idea.
Like right now, like
I'm gonna pick up that idea later.
I'm not gonna go into Discord and be talking to people, but if I could just spend money on a launch pad and Duck Hunt is making a mint and I'm guaranteed 5 mints because I put $30,000 in this launch pad, that sounds great to me.
What about Solana and Magic Eden when they just keep putting rug after rug and you paid money to mint, now you're getting rugged on your mint, so it's it's a double
it's actually really it's actually safer, Chronic, because it's actually safer because when you grind out a Discord, you don't know if it's if it's been vetted. You have to vet it yourself. However, in a launch pad on BSC pad or Ethereum, it's actually vetted by a team that you're already investing in. For example, like BSC pad is done by Bluezilla, or Gains by Seedify and Self. So there's a team that does all the vetting, you're just a side investor. This is a side conversation, I think, very interesting.
We're trying to like merge this is like a merger of Cardano.
My little wheels are turning here, especially because me and Seron have.
If you know how to develop a website and like blockchain technology.
Yeah, Seron and I have separately invested tens of thousands of dollars into these launchpads, so we know pretty intricately. And I'm invested in 3 launchpads at its highest level. So to me, I understand this ecosystem, but it's not on Cardano is what I'm seeing, and I think it should be. So let me put that aside. The way to get into mints, in my opinion, is to just be such an active member in a Discord community, right? I mean, that's pretty much it. And you'll
bro, get Ethan be freaking on the ladder.
I mean,
in Discording, bro.
I mean, not even just like mints. I think more on the whitelist, you'd have to be a little more active. But like mints, I mean, there's a lot of them just have public mints where they'll just drop a website straight in, and all you got to do is just make sure you're there at the right time to pay up some ADA.
I still don't understand how people are finding these projects. Are they really just hanging out in spaces?
Yeah.
Yeah,
some are, and then you get sent in Discord by people.
Yeah.
Right. Or Twitter. You got to know Twitter. They have calendars, minting calendars, CNFT calendars. They have calendars.
Or even fantastic YouTube channels like Chronic and the Daily Chronicles. Be sure to subscribe.
NFA, baby.
Link, guys, to make sure to do that.
Add me to your project. I will legit whale into your project. I promise. Just send me whitelists, bro.
Look, it's just you need to have connections, or you need to either have connections, like I said, in a Discord to where y'all home, like all three of us, yo, I'm gonna send. You need 10 invites to get a whitelist, right? Y'all three, I'm gonna send it immediately. Y'all, I'm gonna send it to 4 more dudes just like y'all or people like me to where I'm gonna join it and not look. I have 200 Discords, bro. I don't go on no more because I join it just in case to where this thing pops off in 2 months. I'll be like, yo, give me whitelist, and like. I'll even they like okay, or they're like, no, you got to do this, and I'm like, all right, see you later, alligator. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like,
you mean like how Ethan did that puzzle?
Yo,
yeah,
we'll get there. We'll get there.
I don't know about that. So yeah, man, you just gotta be around and be present for one, because there's only a limited amounts, right?
We'll come back to that for sure, because that's what.
So what's about to drop right now? So like, what's on this calendar of mystery?
Good question.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, my team right now, NFA. They're vetting the flamingos, right? The Journey NFT.
Bro, why are all these birds, dude? What?
Hey, people love the animals. Right now, the animals be popping
Let
up.
me see the lions. Let me see the bears, man.
Their Twitter is at the Journey JRNEY NFT. If y'all wanted to look into what they're doing,
so can I just hit them and be like, yo, I want a whitelist,
dude? I mean, I hear you. I try to give all I can to get you guys 3 whitelists, brother. Okay.
Chronic was laying down the law last week.
I don't know what the hell it is. I'm missing it.
I'm telling you, Chronic, don't play with me. I'll start going in places, be like, yo, Chronic sent me. What's up? Where my whitelist at?
That's how you got to do. But listen, you need to also join these spaces right quick. Like right now, you could get one, even if you're not even in there. I'm in there just like showing, you also get, that's how you get engagement and followers or just whatever. Like if that's what you're looking for, like that's how people say.
Here's why I've never gone into y'all spaces and Tal told me I could talk, is because some of y'all are like such diehard Cardano fans, and I'm still like if there's a fence, I'm legitimately like half my body is on BSC and half of my other body is
not all of them are like that.
Yeah, brother, that ain't no more, bro. I'll show you my ETH, dude, my ETH collection.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm in the spaces. You've got Chronic, you've got Daily Upgrade, who are very much into ETH. You've got Gully, who's kind of well-rounded, in my opinion. He's actually going to be on the stream next week. And so Tal is crazy. Okay, let's just
yo, Tal is what I think spaces is like.
No.
Cardano,
just 60.
Tal knows he's crazy about Cardano. He knows it.
Tal's got ETH too, broski. He's got ETH. So like we just all over.
Yo, Tal should have a shirt that says "I sell nothing."
Dang, you should.
He sells everything, broski. He just don't tell you. He's telling you one thing and doing the other, like the government. You know what I'm saying? That's how Tal's. That's why he's the boss.
Tal is a boss, dude. Tal is the boss.
We all multi-chain, bro. I got Solana NFTs. I got ETH and Cardano. ETH, bro. The misconception of the gas prices, dude. 2 years ago they were a lot worse. Now they're not that bad. You just got to be smart when you interact.
It hit an all-time low just this week with $2 for a transaction.
I paid less than that. Sure, you hit them at 2-3 in the morning. You go right now and interact. It's not bad. Earlier, I paid $7 at like 4 o'clock. I bought a gutter cat juice at one of the Ethereum projects that we're in.
You guys saw how bad the NFT NYC thing bombed and failed and sputtered out into an abyss of shame.
No, what happened there?
They loved it.
Bro, I told you they had fake Snoop Dogg, and I put it in the Discord. And fake writing and fake. It was just
fake.
bad.
I had homies that would have. He was real. My man Goose and Daly was there. They got videos of Snoop and Lil Wayne and Eminem. And
fake ones or real ones?
No. There's 2 separate things that are happening. So like there's projects like what's that project who has Snoop Dogg? What's their name? Clay Nation.
That's what I'm talking
or whatever. They had real things, but other projects that could not get them had like fake impersonators.
Oh no, that's My bad.
Remember,
I mean,
it's this big thing. So like big projects like that did it, but other small projects and stuff like that, they had like fake Snoop Dogg there. Yeah, it's bad.
Hilarious.
That's tough. Yeah, I mean at
I said something
A-Fest.
about it. I said something about it long before CoffeeZilla just released a video about it today, and I was like, I said something about this in our Discord weeks ago.
True.
It's
True.
crazy.
I'm reading
They had a rioting team out there pretending that they were the Baptist church, saying NFTs were from the devil just to drum up hype. God, y'all did not say. I put this in the Discord. Y'all
I read it. I just
I had
saw it.
COVID.
Okay.
I had COVID. All right, I'm not reading nothing.
Dang. No. You're right. You're right about that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, here's a good question right here. This is a good question for everybody. What's the highest price you've sold an NFT? NFTs is the most expensive of your whole, what you've sold. So
My bird. How much I sold that bird for? 700.
700.
Yeah, about 700. It was like 695.
Yeah, 700 ADA.
Jeez Louise.
I had that Ring 19 Mars bird. Bye bye. Fly away, little birdie. Bye bye.
What'd you sell for Chronic and Ethan?
I just sold a few weeks back. We sold the Rocket for like $79.99. That was a decent sale.
You mean like 79.99, right?
No, like 8,000.
No, my dog means 8,000.
Yeah, that was
8K ADA.
yeah. Yesterday was like $39.90 was a space bird I had. I traded TAL for I minted cabin. So yeah, I did. I mean, I sold a few, but I turned down that King, my profile picture on Twitter now. I turned down a good bit of ADA for that Ape Society King. So yeah, man, if you buy in the right projects, you definitely can sell for really high prices, especially if you mint. It's all about entry points, is what we're saying.
Yeah. Do you think Adanauts is going to come back up?
What's that, brother? I'm sorry.
Do you think Adanauts is going to come back up? That's something that's like way below mint.
Yeah, that's a great entry point right now. I mean, it's been hovering around 70 for a couple weeks. I have 24, so I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's right around where public mint was too.
Yeah, that's a good transition into what are some good projects if you guys both Ethan and Chronic, what are some good projects to get into if you're a small fry, if you've got less than $500 to spend right now? I know Yummy is doing their summer thing, so maybe selling a spoopy or like what are some projects, what are some plays right now to do if you're say playing with less than a $500 budget?
I mean, my two biggest ones right now coming up this month is the Mallet Order, and it'll be also what you just touched on, the Summer Naru mint for Yummy Universe.
What's the mint price for that Mallard though?
It's not released yet. It's unreleased, but it's not expecting to be a large amount or high amount. It's going to be probably maybe in the double digits, possibly triple digits. I can't imagine it'll be triple digits though, but it's all speculation at this point. I mean, they're a pretty tight Discord. They keep a lot of things secret, and obviously Aaron's in it, and we do a lot of different things in it, and it's where you can't really talk about it with other people just because like they just like to keep that society all tight together and just build more hype in like their community and their little project with all the different games.
Yo, Mallard, what's up? I'll keep it tight. Give me a whitelist if you're watching this video right now.
Dang, that ain't gonna work for you, my boy. I mean, just look at the comment on.
Why? Because I'm not answering random questions in the middle of the workday, like violent questions.
Look at what Seron. Look at what the Seron fan club.
Chronic, let me tell you how this man is sitting here answering random questions.
Dude,
on some kind of
this thing look
like the Matrix back
it's
end.
A red screen, and it looks like the damn Matrix, and it's asking you like the Latin phrase of like the mallard. I'm like, what is this? What are you talking about?
They bring in a whole new interaction to the community, which is that's why I think they're gonna blow up. So if you got like an invitation,
guys,
public's gonna be ridiculous, man. You're not gonna be able to get in public. Just like block hours today. I was on my thing and trying to get the last remaining 181. And I thought I'm an only whitelist. No, dude, you need data list up and you need to do it immediately.
Yep, for sure.
I mean, it's just go ahead.
Let me bring in our surprise guest here. He comes in fresh off of a live stream, but of course I am prepared as always with a introduction here. This man is a yummy maxi. Caught one like it was a taxi. His collection is massive. He's making that passive. Want to know how he do it? Just ask me. He's the one, the only Tommy from Freedom 35. Welcome to the channel, brother.
What's up, guys? I love that intro.
TOMY.
How y'all doing tonight?
Good to see you, Tommy. Good to see you, Tommy. Ethan, Chronic, Bandit, Seron, welcome Tommy to the channel. Guys, welcome Tommy to the channel. Glad that he's here from Freedom 35. We're just talking about the Mallard Order right now is what we're talking
Great
about.
Topic, man.
Yes, sir. Hey,
congrats.
Right at the right time. Right at the right time.
First off, congrats to Crypto Warden, Ethan over there. We were in the same game that night for Fall Guys.
Too, huh?
I got eliminated round one, and I'm watching. I had no idea it was him. Last minute, he goes, "Dude, I won." And I'm like, "That was you?" And I'm like, "Congrats! I'm glad that it went to you, man. Congrats on that."
So tell me what you guys are doing to get whatever you're trying to get in this Mallard Order.
So right now we have the invitation letters. Did you get your letter yet, Ethan?
No, sir.
Okay.
I was talking to TJ about it a little bit, so we expect it to come within probably tonight or tomorrow.
Cool. Okay. So with that letter, Aaron, what we do is if you hold one of those, that gets you automatically 3 whitelist spots into the mint coming up. If you hold one of the initiate role, if you've been completed 2 out of the 3 challenges that have happened so far, you get the initiate role that allows you to mint 1 additional Mallard Order. So if you hold an invitation and have an initiate, that's 4 whitelist spots. If you hold all 3 roles and completed all 3 challenges, that gets you an additional mint. So you have potentially up to 5 whitelist mints if you have all those roles and an invitation letter. And then the invitation letters stack on top of that. And then on top of that, if you do the daily blessings from being an invitation holder, they actually auction off free or giveaways to win a free duck too.
The invitation stack? What do you mean?
So if you hold 2 invitations, you can have 6 whitelist spots.
Wait, how many whitelist spots do you have, Ethan?
I have 1. I'll have 5 because I have all 3 roles.
If you get a second invitation, you have 10?
I'll have 8.
No.
It stacks 3. So for
example,
Aaron
has 2 if I buy an invitation and send it to you, you can get those for me.
Yes.
And on top of that, it increases as well. That also increases your role inside of there. So depending on how many invitation letters you hold, you gain different roles inside the Discord, which they've already alluded to people getting certain benefits and perks for holding more than 1.
Yep.
So it's interesting on how they're doing it.
Seron, I'm sorry. Why you couldn't just buy it yourself, Seron, and mint 3?
Yeah, that's what I was
like. I thought it doubled the amount. So like it mints 3 for me, but if Ethan has like a certain role, it would mint double.
There's no multiplier effect here.
It just stacks. So like for example, each invitation letter gets you 3 mints. So if you have 2 invitation letters like Aaron does, it get you 6 mints. So it's just 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3.
At a random mint amount. What happened if they're 200 ADA a mint?
They may be. It might be also 60.
You got to mint. Yeah, you got to mint $600.
The money. This is a reservation for you to mint. It's all.
I got a feeling. I got a feeling they're going to be like anywhere from like 70 to like 100 in that range.
Exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
You know, I love the amount of time and detail they're taking into their whole community. It's definitely.
I hate it.
Made me feel like these guys are like the Bilderberg Illuminati, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as YS is saying, like, it's like weird, but it worked on me. So I'm proud to have two these things.
They're essentially preventing themselves from failing by doing what they're doing, because a lot of what you've seen, even with big recent mints, they're not selling out. People are having a tough time selling out their projects. So essentially, they've whitelisted everybody who wants to be in the project, so they can guarantee themselves selling out by doing it. So it's a very smart how they're going about the actual market. That's why we always touch on marketing for these guys. They're doing something original inside the space, and you know, and then because that can kill a project real quick, right? You can have all the best art, you can have all this hype, and then 2,000 mint out of 10,000 or 5,000, whatever it is, and then instantly the FUD happens and people just walk away from the project. It can kill you before you even start.
You work so hard to be in these mints, and you work Ethan's doing it at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are playing this game, like, and you're emotionally distraught for losing. So, I mean, this is the future, I think, of like really, really great mints. And I mean, I'm just loving what the Mallard Order is doing
Well,
right now.
Chronic, you can attest to this, right? On the east side of stuff.
Go ahead, Tommy. My bad. Go ahead, brother.
Oh no. I was gonna say you can back this up with I don't deal with a lot of the ETH mints that are happening right now. So over there, pretty much it's always essentially a whitelist to mint on ETH because there's always so much demand for new projects.
Yeah, other than the free the degen mints that are free that are just basically pretty much most of them go to zero, except the very rare few, and they got a few now. I'm not even gonna talk about the goblins and stuff. So yeah, man. But like this here though, like what you're doing, Ethan. And all you guys that are doing all your whatever they calling it rituals in the morning, dude, you might mint something that could be 12,000 ADA, like Tommy knows about, or just you can mint something that's 400 or 500. So this time is money eventually, and to be able to mint these, I'm not even in this. I'm upset about this. I'm just looking at 1694 price. That's kind of
I just did the same thing, yo. I just did the same thing. Yo, I was like, Joe, let me get one of these invitations.
Dude, and it's down the past couple days.
I'm mad I didn't get one airdrop in my.
Yo, I'll trade a Yummy for one right now.
No, you need like
Yummy in worth it. I need a whole flock
of
Yummy.
Take a look at that Yummy.
I'll trade.
But the thing is, this is going to be a good mint
right now.
Yeah, this is going to be a good mint, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. I'll probably make a video or two on the Mallard Order just because I like it so much. Like it is a textbook case of any future NFTs to be like, yeah, this is how you freaking do it. This is how you do it right. You take 2 months, you build your community, you set the lore, and you're breadcrumbing these people. You're breadcrumbing us, and so I mean, it's fantastic. I love it.
And I'll give a spoopy for me to rent your Mallard Order certificate.
Dude, look what they've made and
we're doing on
almost 200K, and they didn't even mint yet, guys. I mean, they're very smart. You know, they like Tommy said, they're not going to fail because they got money to build already. You know, they got 100K to build already, and they didn't even do anything yet.
And you know what the big thing is too for those invitation holders is they could daily get rewarded every single day. So if you hit the jackpot every single day, you're making 55, 65, 100 ADA in those giveaways, and every now and then they do a free duck too. So essentially, like you said, if they just do a random minted duck, which I don't know, like you said, you could hit the jackpot on one of those too. Can you imagine if that was a free winning off of that you got? I mean, that's the fun part about NFTs is the luck, the gamble, the unknowingness of this, and that's why a lot of people are not addicted, but I'd say definitely are excited to get into the space.
Yeah, for sure. That's really a big reason why I'm in it for sure. It's just a weird little community of like people around ducks or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, something endearing about it.
Doing trials, all this stuff.
When is
Tommy touched on it a little bit earlier when he was talking about with just like the fantastic job they've done with marketing. For example, I mean, with just their first trial, they had all these people posting on Twitter about the project, giving free publicity to it. And then you had, and the second and third trial alone, you have people staying up till 3 a.m. doing all these different games and stuff. I mean, it's been a lot of fun though. So.
Yeah. So Gates asked, is it too late to get in the Mallard Order? There's only 2 ways to get in. One is to just buy an invitation, which is about 1,700 ADA, is what Chronic and Crypto Bandit were just looking at, and they think it's too high for them, what they just said. And the other way is to do what Warden and Tommy were doing, was to do these trials. These are on their Discord channel, and they're basically like online contests to
Hunger Games.
Yeah, it's like you either answer like questions on their lore, or you play some online game, or you're making some kind of paper origami for some contest, and it's called a trial. So are those over? Is this over?
Yes, sir.
Can't do the trials
all 3
anymore.
finished today.
Okay, so they're done. So the only way to get into it now is the invitation. And when do you guys know when the mint is?
They've announced today, right? Yeah, they've announced today that they are going to be this month, and that they're using the same They partnered up with the team over at Tavern Squad to do the mint. They did the mint recently for the onboard, like the Furbles mint recently with like Salad and those guys. So it was a very smooth minting process that they're going to be doing. They haven't announced the mint price or anything like that, but yeah, they've kind of gave a teaser that it is going to be this month.
Yeah, and it looks real cool too. Real easy. Real simple. I mean, it's just really connecting your wallet as usual.
Smart contract enabled, though. You will have to connect a wallet.
What do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer connecting wallets or just sending to a random address?
You're getting better now with the Eternal app being able to connect to certain websites now that are minting. Some like recently, like the Beyond Rockets to Beyond Citizens, you're able to actually connect your go to JPEG store via your Eternal wallet, and you can connect the DApp over there, and you can actually connect not JPEG store, but it seems essentially the same thing, where you can connect your wallet directly to that website and do the mint through there. Also, the Art of Joseph recently did that as well. For their digital low lives collection. So you're starting to see more and more projects actually in the Eternal app take advantage of the DApp connector to be able to mint from your mobile phone.
Got it. Gates asks, are there any shrooms in the Mallard order like Kongs? No, there are not. I'm sure they've got, knowing the way they did this mint and this launch, I'm sure they've got a long roadmap and some stuff to, a duck finds a freaking squirrel and makes a friend, pops out an egg. You got an egg now. You know what I mean? Something like that. So I'm sure that's
there's going to be some airdrops eventually too.
Yeah.
Just
and then
for invitations.
On that with airdrops, she asked a more general question, how to get into free mints and airdrops. And Chronic already said one of these was that if you own particular projects that are good and they have a long roadmap, they got a team behind it, you could get airdrop these things like chilled Kongs, right? If you own one of these things, you get dropped a mushroom. Your mushroom turns into, basically mints a mystic Kong?
Magic Kong.
Magic
give
Kong.
Another NFT that you can sell or have two. So it's like a split, like a stock split, right? So you get another one.
Yeah, but the Kongs are in itself very expensive too. So got to be careful.
Take for example too, Clay Nation. When Clay Nation's 10K minted, that gave you the whitelist access to mint the good Charlotte clays. They were 1-to-1. So people went ahead and minted that, whatever the 108 or whatever it was at that time, and now look at the value of those. But that was an exclusive. You had to be part of that community to get in. And like Chill Kongs, so we were talking about Chill Kongs a little bit earlier because that's one project I'm not in, and neither are any of the 35ers are in currently, but we want to be in because of that Magic Kong, that drop. I want to take advantage of beforehand, and then get that, the actual airdrop, and then be able to sell both if I wanted to make more of a profit than I would be just waiting to pick one up on secondary or potentially mint, in the public.
What's the floor of Chilled Kongs?
Like
2,300.
Yeah, it's over 2,000.
You're dropping
3,200.
Oh, it's over
22.
30.
We were like 23.45 when we looked on stream. Like
it's usually
they're at 32.
3,200.
They went up 600 ADA.
There's no way.
I just looked at it. What am I blind? I don't know numbers.
Yo,
Chilled Kongs.
Oh my bad.
That's something. Chill Kong.
Yeah, it's 23. Oops.
This man.
Yo.
23. Yeah, the
2,300 is still solid, right? And we talked on on Sunday. There's the shroom drop and the mint, right? It's still not gonna be for another like 4 or 5 weeks, right? They didn't drop anything yet. They just getting to like the common body's been done. They've been showing some sneak peeks, right? So it's really cool. Like I said, that's the best, way to get into something. Try to get your Daedalus up and get ready to try to mint. But that's
who's buying these things at 198,000 ADA?
They're just putting numbers up there. Just
nobody.
Like what's the number? What's the highest?
135 was the highest one, right?
135K plus two clays, so it's like 145, 150,000. That's when ADA was higher though. That was the droid.
Yeah. That was Arctic, right?
Today they just Arctic. Yeah, today they had Tommy. You seen they had a $50,000 again ape society, and they had another pyramid ape. So another whale went in there and bought up like every layer, and now they
the price
50,000
jump up.
Yeah, now it's like almost 24. So the cabins is another one. They're gonna have the roadmap this week, so that's my play again. The cabins at 240 still. They're gonna jump up big time once they release.
Here we go. Repeat this for me, Chronic. Give me the plays. Give me the plays, Tommy. This is what I want to hear. What about these
cabins? Yeah, the roadmap is coming this week, right? Congo Panzerati came into space, and it's coming this week. Big news is going to come, and once if they don't go live or they do, I mean, when they do, it's going to double, and then or maybe triple because they're really grossly undervalued right now. There's only 10,000 cabins, 7,000 apes, right? There's like 33,000 Clay Nation pitches, right? So if you do the comparable, math, the pitches should be 1,000. The pitches, the cabins, no reason they should not be like how Pavia was at 1,000 ADA. Sitting there, especially when they're going to generate society coin here soon. So last week or the week or whatever, it was like at 240, and like I said, it's only a few to 250 or something. So, once they're going to start rolling, in my opinion, not financial advice, once this roadmap is dropped and they explain the frames and the society output and stuff.
So do you think I should buy like two of these?
So you're saying these things that here's what you're saying. You're saying that a guy came into your space and said that these cabins are going to have massive utility and they're going to be dropping the white paper on how these things are getting massive utility. And so everyone's going to want these things, and whoever owns apes. And so
that's just some guy. One of the three founders of the project. Yeah, I mean.
Okay. One of the three founders. I didn't know that.
Okay, not just some guy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
And I'm very invested in this project. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm trying to pump stuff.
On Chronix, I'm. Oh no! Who's pending this, Jeff?
That's what you get, boy.
No, go up a little bit.
You boys pending it.
You did that? You did this?
Yeah, I did that.
What that name say? No. Go back to that. What that name say? What that name say? Yes, sir.
Hold on. What that say?
No, you're not pending it.
All right, go ahead. Look.
Okay. This is good.
No, that's not it.
What is this? No,
you're about to NFA these guys.
Like, I'm telling you, bro?
They don't know yet, bro. They don't know. Yo, Croc, I got to play for you on this because I've been considering it all week with this announcement of the roadmap. Instead of going the route of the cabins, going the route of purchasing maybe 5, 7, 8, 900.
No, bro, I want it.
ADA worth of society tokens.
Glendale for 220. It's in my thing.
Let me see, Tommy. Let me see what is it on MinSwap? Is it
so right now MinSwap it's 0.0598, so almost 0.06.
So almost 6. Yeah, it's been hanging that, dude, which is really good. I know you like that from seeing Yummy Tank. It went up. This has been solid.
I'll be fully transparent. I bought 1,000 ADA's worth of Yummy at 0.06 something recently.
Okay, so you'll get what? How much ADA you'll get?
I got 100. I got 140,000 Yummy token from that.
Oh, not that one. Right.
As far as society, Tommy, if you buy 900.
So if I put 1,000 ADA in right now at the current value, I would get 16,651.
So you'll be able to do almost one frame to a level 4 to where you would make you start generating a society coin that'll pay for it.
I didn't get it.
So my play to you though is if this do you think it's worth here's the money play here is do you think it's worth at the cabins if you snag a few of those at 220, what's the realistic price point you think those will jump with the announcement versus the society token if they give you all the utility in the roadmap? Will it be easier for the society token to double or it will be easier for the cabins to double?
I think, honestly, I don't know coins like you guys on the panel, especially the top. You know what I mean? I think, to me, it'll double just by Clay Nation pitches a couple weeks ago, Tommy. But, like, maybe then an estate might be a better play if you can get an estate for, like, 300. Look at the estates, too, or the cottages. They got a couple different ones, guys. They're, like, because you'll be able to put more frames in the – in each in 3 particular sizes. So again, the society coin is what's needed to buy the frames, which Tommy's talking about. He's only gets for 900. It was a 900 or 1,000. You get 16,000. I took
1,080. You get 16,651.
So you're gonna tell me these cabins are not gonna be freaking valuable when these frames are spitting out freaking society coin that is worth that in ADA?
You gotta be careful with coins, though. Honestly, in my I guess in my experience, it's like they're so volatile. The value of a coin. So just even if with just like one utility, even if you're picking up some frames for a cabin, like it could drop out on you much quicker, in my opinion, than NFT. I've seen NFTs kind of hold, retain value, and go up in value, especially with just if you're dealing with ADA. So
I'm gonna fight back just a smidge on this. And Tommy, if you want to jump in first, or
what I was saying is that's where my mindset is. What you're saying, Aaron, on that is that I think that this could swing up real quick because of this announcement. I exit my position out there, take my profit, and let it then dust settle. I'm thinking the opposite way to make the profit on it, not the opposite where it could drop out like we see with Yummy recently after the recent token allocation.
Yeah, so it's how essentially the value of your coin is attached to how many people want to put frames in their house quickly, right? Like
there's also a burn, like a time period, like so a cool down period, right? So when you do a level 1, you got to cool down, but every time you pay society, it's $750 for a level 0, $1,500 for a level 1, say $3,000 for a level 2, for, $6,000. So it goes up, and each that then it's deflationary. That coin gets burned, right? There's only 700 million total, right? So that's why I'm saying it's not like this one. This has been out for how many weeks, Tommy? It's been dropped, and it's went up double. I mean, it's been out how many, like 2 months?
Technically, yeah, because it started airdropping and it finished up in May. So yeah, it was 10 weeks, right?
So men swap right now has been out how many? That's what I meant to say. Like 3-4 weeks.
Swap has been, I'd say, maybe 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
I mean, it's went from like it went to 9. It's been at 6, man, for like a while. That's why I say like not like this coin. I don't mean to sound like that. It's a little different. They really don't have anything like this on any of the chains. These guys are really big brain guys, and I really believe it's gonna be different. And like Tommy's saying, he's anticipating buying the coins themselves rather than the cabins, just because that's what he values them coins at. You
got the chart, Sue. You got the chart of the coins, or can I just?
Yeah,
if
it's on MinSwap.
Yeah,
MINSWA. Yeah, .org, huh?
There you go.
And you can see the chart, dude, and like their mission. I don't know. You could, you'll be able to.
Yeah, it's type society in there underneath, not that one, the one below it, or
right there.
Anyway. Yeah. And then swap it to ADA at the bottom. Sorry. Yeah, so 0.0598. So if you zoom it out, like do the week view, because they only let you go out a week, and you can kind of zoom out with your mouse. So you can see what. So my thought with this is looking at the chart, right? Is if I'm looking even back to 6.8 in that time frame, or not 6.8, sorry, was it 5.25? So literally a month ago, it was at 0.10. So almost double. It was basically almost double where we were currently at that about a month ago. So we've seen the run up and we've seen the fall. So all it takes is a little bit of catalyst news to shoot it right back up to that. So if I'm looking for a quick swing trade on this, honestly, with big catalyst news as far as a white paper or a roadmap goes, that's where my head's at versus grabbing more of the cabins in the short term. Because I want to take that 8i, make off that, and maybe roll it into some of the cabins or something else.
Yeah, you've got a couple options here, right? You've seen a basic support right here. Right. Look at me do TA like a freaking nerd. Okay, so basically, at this level in this channel right here, you're looking at if it's going to keep on bouncing right around here, you're looking at catalyst news, right? And then it's going to be temporary. Look at this thing. There's no support. So
Bitcoin's at a double top. That might end up.
You got to be quick with it. So that's what I kind of see. This is me. I'm not the TA guy, but that's kind of what I'm picking up here. It's already hit a big green stick. Yeah, I don't know.
I think this is where the NFT market differs from the micro coins, is that it's the catalyst event in the news. Like, I mean, in some degree, obviously in coins, catalyst events.
No, you're right. You're right. There's an NFT element here that could throw it all off.
I mean, what coin do you know that's deflationary, brother? That literally burns every time you buy something.
Every coin,
and you have to buy
every coin I ever met ever.
every single coin. It's not. It's
deflationary.
Yes. Yeah.
With the supply,
Well, that,
like literally, not like
that's the
some
DeFi portion of it, right?
Yeah, literally every coin. It's not, and I'm not trying to be flippant with you. I'm just trying to be
no, it's
like
not. I'm not really. I'm not
it is
trying
what
to
it
get.
is.
I
So
got
like,
airdrop the coins. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like. I'm just trying to figure out. Trying to say,
no,
you know,
so a
it's not the
deflationary
same.
mechanism. A deflationary mechanism happens with taxes. So what happens is in any transaction, a percentage of that might get burned or get sent to liquidity or whatever. The big problem that I don't know is very curious is like this NFT portion to it. That is like, I'm not used to this. This is why I'm easing my way into the NFT market. But
also, you got to be careful with burn, because they don't really get burned. They just get put into a wallet that they say they don't have access to. But I mean,
no, usually if you look on Cardano scan, if it gets to like 000 or something like that, it should be fine. But Seron, I mean, is partially right. Like if you see a wallet that looks like a wallet, that might not be a burn wallet.
yeah,
But I wouldn't expect that
we don't got
from
the
a
keys to this.
reputable.
We've never had the keys to this.
Yeah, I don't
6 months
expect,
later, what happened to all the money in the
that from a
burn wallet?
reputable place. But just so you know, that's kind of like, yeah, what I'm sending to. Yeah. I don't know.
I think you think you run into a unique opportunity, because now I did the same thing, and if I would have, I didn't trust my gut. The one time I failed on Yummy, out of all things that I did, is I was buying Yummy before the lead up to the airdrop of all the different coin, or after the airdrops initially happened from the Series 1 stuff. I got airdropped 197,000 Yummy from holding all my Series 1. I ended up dollar cost averaging and eventually getting up to 400,000 Yummy. Had I held on instead of sold it to try to make a quick play, I would have valued my ADA from maybe putting about 2,000 ADA in to 16,000 ADA when they had their run up, and I missed the sales window because I sold early on that.
Yeah, the coin market, I know this for sure. Coins will flip on you so fast, like faster than an NFT can. So the NFT, what my observation is, very stable. It's a more stable asset class than these coins. These coins are very volatile, and that's just my concern. That's all.
Early too. We are in infancy stage when it comes to NFT tokens, especially over on Cardano right now. Like everything's just getting online. Yeah, so of course it's going to run up. You're going to see a DeFi. Sorry, my bad. I didn't want to get in the middle. I mean, you got a good run up and a good opportunity here though at the same time, because if you got like a Clay token, you got a Society token, a Yummy token, Rad token, all these different Kopi, all these different ones that are out there, dude. There's huge plays there that people, you don't even hear about talking about that because we're so focused on the NFT side of that. But there's people playing a DeFi game right now that are killing it too. And a lot of it is centered around these different catalyst events that happen within the community. So if you're paying attention to Discord and Twitter and things like that, Spaces, all that, I mean, you can do really well right now, even in this bear market.
Yeah, I've seen coins be less reactionary to catalyst news than NFT sales. This is something that just anecdotally, right? I've seen coins just react, you can't really predict it, honestly. Like you could predict kind of like supports, but you can't really predict like violent movements. But with NFTs, I've seen time and again, if someone's dropping a white paper, if someone's dropping some big, evolution of the project, those NFTs are going to go up. It's more predictable than the micro cap coin market. So this is personal anecdote. So I don't know how that merges. Like if a NFT project comes out with a token, it's token secondary and NFT project primary. I'm not really used to that. So that's just kind of my inexperience
I think
in that realm.
In this instance, we're both right. Tommy's going to win and then we're going to win, because you have to stake your apes in these frames and you have to buy the frames with it. It's a little different. It's a gamification part of it. And the price is not going to tank like most will, in my opinion, because this project is going to be at the upper echelon of Cardano, right? I mean, whether like the coin drops a little bit, over like right now, I'm talking over time. It's going to it's up and to the right, because that's just my opinion. I think
you're right too. There's
I
only
have a
so
hard
many
time
projects.
with flip
There's
things,
only
you
so
know what
many
I mean? I
projects
don't
on
know.
Cardano that are like these massive projects that you're talking about. Chilled Kongs, you could name them off the top of your head. Chilled Kongs, Clay Nation, Yummy. Like these guys are like the mainstays. But one thing I did want to mention before our time is up here was Space Buds. Another one of those things where it's just like I came into it wanting to have a Space Bud because I was like, Tal said this is the Bitcoin of Cardano. I am all about Bitcoin, so I am all about this thing. But in recent days, it has come under scrutiny. Does anyone want to maybe summarize that really briefly, and then kind of your thoughts on that?
Chronic, I listened to you guys for 4 hours yesterday on 4th of July, getting into everything. We just did our take on it earlier on our past live stream. I don't know. You want to lead that? You guys have been talking about the most.
I believe, the artist, somehow copied or, I'm not going to say, copied or, copied and pasted, stolen, whatever, borrowed from someone, some other artist that put it on, Web 2 in 2019. Someone found it out, put it to the attention of the community. Then people want to say it was FUD and whatnot. But yeah, the artist, borrowed art that he wasn't supposed to at the time. So they're going through a little controversy. But I think the team of Space Buds is handling it really well. So is the community, right? Obviously, you know what I mean? Everyone don't want their bags to get hurt. But, the team is trying to, be as transparent as possible and get to the bottom of it. I think they need to pay off the artist somehow if possible, and then everything will be fine. That would be the best case scenario. Other than that,
forward to them.
I'm sorry.
Did the artist come forward to them, and like what parts are stolen? Like just random items?
Yeah, it's just
like a lot of the gadgets, man, and then some of the main, crazy characters that are like really close to each other. I'm not necessarily the ones that I had an alien robot and an arcane. I know they weren't affected. I did sell one of mine yesterday for like $39.90. You know what I mean? As I said earlier in the podcast, just to secure my bag. I traded TAL for one of those chateaus that we were looking at in the Ape Society. So that was my first bud. I still have two, but the floor price is settled. I could have gotten some more ADA earlier, but this is where the floor price was before the FUD, huh, Tommy? Right at 5,000, 49 something ish.
Yeah, I think I sent you a link on there, and if you want to pull that from Twitter, that'll give you a thread from what they said. And if you scroll down in there, you can kind of start to see some of the comments that have some of the stock, the artwork that inspired, copy, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, some of that stuff is very hard to deny. I think the T-Rex is one of the ones that kind of sparked that. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll start to see when you get to right there.
Oh boy!
So that was one of the ones that really I think got everything kicking over there. And with the dinos, those are the rarest inside there. There's only 8 of them, I believe, inside the entire 10,000 collection. So those are like 100,000 plus ADA. So
No,
if you scroll down, if you scroll down a little bit more, the flowers for me, I think, were the biggest
flowers
one.
are the big one. Yeah,
the flowers. If you scroll down a little bit, those were the ones where you couldn't. Fish,
the fish. You got the guns.
This is my face right here.
Yeah, maybe I don't know if we're. If you keep going down, you'll start to see some of the stuff.
Boy!
Yeah.
Oh boy!
I mean, the flower was the biggest one, especially because it copied the text right on that.
Look at this one. This one to me that's literally everything.
The fish. Look at this gun.
The fish is the gun.
So he obviously was heavily either inspired and just thought. I don't know, whatever you
I like
the
word inspired. It makes him seem like he's not guilty.
Yeah,
it does, right? I mean, and again, I don't know the back and forth. There's the flowers. So you kind of click on the flowers. That's the one that what kills me the most on this one is the text is the exact same too.
Yeah,
that's the text.
Exactly what.
So it sucks. It sucks to see that.
No.
Did they verify?
It's not from one artist. It's from multiple different sources.
That's the thing. That's the thing is it wasn't all one person.
Wolf.
I mean, I think the boys hit it right on the head when they said it was just kind of.
Sorry.
No, you're all good, Tommy. I mean, I just think Tommy and Chronic hit it right on the head where they were talking about how the team itself was handling it really well. I mean, just yesterday the floor was at 3,800, and I mean it's back up to almost 4,700. So they're doing a great job. But I mean, I think I agree with what Chronic said, where they'll have to end up paying off the artists to get away with it.
Let me tell you guys a story. Okay, I was in 4th grade and I had to do a report on South Carolina, and what I did was I printed out like the Wikipedia of South Carolina, and then I cut off the bottom that had the URL. Okay, I cut it off with my scissors. Okay, and it was a 50-page report. 50 pages. I was in 4th grade. I stapled the thing and I handed it to the teacher. I said, "This is my work." That teacher looked at me.
FBI, we got him.
That teacher looked at me like I was a freaking crazy, and I was an idiot, and I was because you could see, you know how when you cut a lot of paper, like it kind of shifts and it's not like a clean cut, especially
plagiarism.
4th grade hand. Yo, I got an F so fast, and I sent to the principal's office because I plagiarized that work and I called it my own. And this is that same situation. This is the worst. That is the worst, especially in like art. And I don't know how you guys feel about it. I honestly, I didn't hear you guys speak on it. I was kind of, I just didn't hear.
In their own
This
little
is
world.
my opinion towards it, though. That's like when plagiarizing especially if it's the full thing. If it's like part of it, like maybe they copied a flower or like the way like but it's so repeated. I mean, that sucks, dude. That sucks.
You look at art is a weird and subjective subject, and I think there's one thing when it comes from inspiration. There's another thing from improving the art. There's another thing from adapting it, because there's so many different iterations of like Pokemon and things like that. People do their own versions of that kind of stuff, right? And they consider it theirs, right? So this case is tough because of the fact that these guys have sold this. They've done extremely well. This art on its own, not nearly worth the value that it is, but with the Space Buds technology and the founder and everybody behind it, it has the value that it has. I think that gives the artist a case if they wanted to, in this sense of, hey, if I really wanted to, I could shut this thing down and say, I don't want any of my stuff in here at all. I don't give you the rights. You need to take this away. And if they really went after him, and then I know Barry or Alessandro, the founder of Space Buds, he's kind of, I guess, consulted with people, lawyers in the U.S., lawyers in Europe right now. They've kind of told him one of two things: of you guys can, I don't know if you're really going to have too much of a case again. They'll have too much of a case against you. You guys can kind of roll with it, but then will the community feel cool about that? And then the other aspect is to do a token mint, and basically give all a certain token to all the everybody who holds a Space Bud, and then they would redo the collection with a slightly different art style, enough to pass them with what they have. And what would that do to the collection? And I think a lot of people in that case kind of would feel a certain way about it. Long term, I don't think it would hurt. I think Space Buds will overcome this. I just don't know in the short term. I hope they don't have to remint, but if they don't, I mean, it's always going to be there. Like, this is always going to be a thing, Unfortunately, that's what happens.
I think it's unfortunate, but the space can make it a good thing. By now, there's no ceiling, because Space Buds was the ceiling before. Right now, it could be Kongs, Ape Society, Clay Nation. There's nothing. Now they can compete, because before it was they were first, 10K, Alessandro, this, that, and the other. I never bought it for the art. I bought it, as you said, to make sure, like, why have everything else? I got ETH, I got Cardano. Why not have Bitcoin? So I'm going to go ahead and get a few. So I sold one, and now I got two, and I'm just watching the floor. It bounced back. It went to 3,200 yesterday. You know what I mean? Or 31 something. Mm-hmm. So it bounced back really good. That was the opportunity to make 50%. But again, it's a big, and it's 50% of big 1,500. But so yeah, I mean, they're going to survive. This litigation takes forever, and it's not going to be that. Best case scenario, they find the artist, pay them. They'll probably make 10x of what they would have made in their little, calendars they had to set up on. So it's really unfortunate that this artist is really not, the artist Israel supposedly is not really helping with the, way he got inspired in the art and
inspired.
It's unfortunate.
Google.
Well, it looks like he made some of it though.
Yeah, he definitely took some of it and did his own thing for sure.
As far as we know. as far as we know.
Well, so here's the crazy part about that is say they do contact most of these artists and they, more and more keep popping up because it wasn't just like one particular person. It's been multiple different things. One of those people says, you know what? Nope, I don't care. You guys aren't settling. I want that out of this collection. One thing about Space Buds right now is their policy is locked, meaning they cannot change anything inside that artwork. They cannot do anything to that original collection, meaning that if that one trait that happens to be on multiple things inside of there and they've shut that down, that means that Space Buds has to shut that down and remint and do something different. So it is a very slippery slope, and I don't know necessarily that. I think the token method may be the route they go.
But does that interact with cross borders? You know what I mean? Like,
we're in decentralized part, right? I mean, it to a degree does. I don't know, but the problem is that Alessandro's doxxed. Zieg, I believe, is doxxed, right? So they have somebody to physically go after and try to sue if they really wanted to try to do it. And how much of a case they have against them, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to pretend like I know. But that's definitely a possibility. And I think part of the reason why he's trying to get a hold of everybody that he can, because if he doesn't and somebody comes out the woodwork and finds something and he goes, yo, I want this done. You guys got to stop this.
Didn't one of the artists
already say that like in the work? In part of their artwork?
You couldn't pick a worse scenario for an art-based NFT collection than plagiarism. You know what I'm saying?
This isn't an art based, like this is a technology based, but it's just the first. That's what they're now. Some of the uproar yesterday was about the glass stone and the hypocrisy, and the people always, they throw in, Kong's the derivative, this is derivative, that's derivative. Well, now this is the derivative. So, let's just stop judging and let's just see what's going to make us money and see who's going to build and survive. That's why I said I think this is going to be good for this space, because there were people up here like the Maxis that somehow didn't think that, their project was this, that, and the other, even though I'm in it. Right, but I'm still able to buy other ones, because I'm not gonna buy a derivative. Why not? You don't like money, like I'm gonna buy it. You know what I mean? Like, especially it's unfortunate what happened, but I think the community bounced back, and if they do remint, that's definitely gonna hurt. Because a part of the whole, nostalgia is it's the first 10K with the mint and the blockchain.
That's gonna hurt. Heck yeah, that's gonna hurt.
So I definitely think about selling my other two.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right to sell.
And I think people like to play down the aspect of, now they play down the aspect of the art. But if you think about it, man, a lot of people tie themselves. They rock those PFPs for months and years or a year at this point, if they've had them since the beginning. They've grown somewhat attached to that profile pic. So how were you to say right now, I got this thing, and then it switches and you don't like the art style? You're going to feel some type of way regardless. Yeah. I think the art definitely plays a part of it, regardless if you liked it or thought it was good or not.
The art is the major part of it. Does Space Buds have some kind of utility? Or
no, so Alessandro, the creator of Space Buds, he created Nami Wallet.
Yeah.
He's built so much open source code for Cardano has gone out because of him, and we wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now and talking about these NFTs if it wasn't for him pioneering a lot of things inside this space for the NFT market.
Right.
So that's what people ride on as far as the technology, the utility. Is all it takes is one thing for him to say, I've been building this for this, and this is nobody's done this because I'm the first one doing it. That's the value that Space Buds was attached to. And and why I still think they'll be fine, because they still have him, regardless of what they end up doing.
Yeah, he was the berry pool. He had he's got a lot going for him, and he does a lot for the communities, like the Cardano community in the space. And that's why I said they outsourced the art, to an artist that told them, this is his work, and they did, they didn't do the due diligence. That's what it was. Plausible deniability, right? Like the artist supposedly, did everything on an up and up, and he didn't, right? So
of course they would vilify the artist, you know what I mean, like try to distance themselves from that. And so and I don't know Alessandro, and I don't claim to know. I just know that this to me, like if you found out Chilled Kongs or let's say Ape Society, better example. Ape Society just copied their whole their whole structure and their art. You know, like it's just like so.
Well, that's what the uproar was, right? Like Glass House. If it was any other project other than Space Buds, they would have been, like stoned and, like shame,
For sure.
shame. You know what I mean? Like they would have been, nah, dude. So that's what the irony of it all was. That's what the hypocrisy. That's why it was so nice. Smile at them, like no more. Like y'all not up here now, so y'all better like invest in and spread yourself out and get in all these other projects and not be just a one thing maxi. Because it was nice if you have a lot of Space Buds, right? But hey, I think the community, the people that are in there are wonderful, and the team is what it is. I don't really know, but shoot, they got a lot of OGs in there, man. That do a lot
you certainly have a fantastic community in Space Buds. And people who still want to be in it. However, I don't think the comparison to the Bitcoin of Cardano of NFTs is there anymore. I think like you said, you now open up there's a blemish, and and now you open up the door. So
here's the other point to that too, is that SpaceWoods was the top Cardano project, right? Like if you were getting into Cardano NFTs, especially coming from the east side, like you aspired, like you're saying, you came in, I want to flip up to a SpaceWoods. Now our number one project has art that potentially is stolen out there. That's not a good look. Like that's like going over to Bored Ape Yacht Club and everybody all of a sudden wants to get that, and then you find out there's a problem with it. You don't want that to be your spearhead on there. And not to say anything about, like I said, the whole team behind there. That's the whole reason that they're still even in the conversation right now, because without that whole project would be deflated at this point, outside of the historical factor. And somebody Rez over there inside the chat saying Stone Age hooligans. I remember that meant back in like September-ish of October, possibly last year, where they found a bunch of stock art images. It was a very big hype project that was supposed to be coming out. People started finding stock art online, tanked the floor of that project. And I know they're doing like 3D shit now and they're still around, but
dang,
without Ailes and that thing, we'd have a completely different conversation right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly
for
right.
sure, it's so bad. NFTs are like
legit. That just shows me that this is just BSC with different clothes on. That's what it shows me. That's really what it shows me. This is just the Binance Smart Chain with different clothes on, bro. Because in Binance Smart Chain, you got like all these projects are just copying the source code off of other projects, and they're acting like they're a brand new project, and they're not. That's what it sounds like to me.
It depends. I mean, it depends, man. You know what I mean? Like people have to be original, and it's sometimes, it's easy to kind of get some sort of creativity on it. But yeah, I mean, straight copy and paste shit like that ain't cool. You know what I mean?
It is.
We're gonna see what happens.
As long as money involved, we will always find a way to pervert it. Always. So it was like great. NFT was great. And this guy's like, oh, I need to make a project real fast. I'm just going to take a little from here, a little from there, a little from there. And then he abandoned being his own artist and he just started stealing art from other people. That's just who we are as people.
And the crazy part about this,
I got real philosophical.
I guarantee you, none of them ever thought it would get to where it is right now. They never thought they were going to be at the top where they were at. And they're like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We just got to get this out.
That's why that artist isn't answering, because he's like, yo.
Yeah. It was only a matter of time. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a crazy scene to be in, but that gives a new wave.
Crazy. If someone's peeing on a sidewalk and they take a picture of some random man in the street and they say, "Find this man," they'll give you this man's mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt.
Internet detectives are real, bro. Real. We are internet detectives. Everyone on the stream right now, and everyone in the chat will tell us if we're copying junk or we're biting off of somebody or whatever. I mean, like it's just. It's the internet, you know what I mean? Like,
if you want to, there's a good Netflix documentary out there. It's called "Don't F with Cats" or something like that. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that. Yeah, the people on the internet, they're like, I see the lighting with this, and this, and they connect dots and find it's. If they want to find answers, they will. Yeah. So the bigger you get, the more scrutinized you're going to get. So make sure that as you grow, that you guys do your own due diligence, regardless if you guys are coming from a good intention, because you never know if anybody else isn't. Yeah. That's the reality.
100%. Guys, this was a fantastic stream. Thank you so much. It's been an hour and 23 minutes, so a little longer than I like to go, but the conversation was lively. Guys, check out the Crypto Bandit, his YouTube channel. Check out Twitter on the Crypto Warden, and of course, check out the YouTube channels of Daily Chronicles and Freedom 35. All the links are down in the description down below. Gentlemen, thank you so much for a fantastic CNFT Tuesday. I really appreciate
Best
it.
day of the week, baby.
Yeah, of
Appreciate
course.
it, guys.
Of course.
Glad we got to jump in.
Guys, everyone in the chat, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate that. I'm gonna give out. Let's see. Did I do a giveaway? I don't even think I did a giveaway.
I don't think so.
No, people have been asking for it in the chat. People have been asking.
My bad, dude. I've been wrapped up in this thing. So okay. So let's do a giveaway. This morning, I had a stream with Steven from Wi-Fi. Do you guys know what Wi-Fi is? Who Wi-Fi is?
I've heard of it. I heard you listen to him too. Buy Finance.
Buy Finance. Yeah. So I'm really good friends with him, and so he gave me a NFT to give away, a Politico. I'm not even sure what it is. Let me just do this really quick. All right, guys. What should I do? Who in the chat? Who dropped the biggest knowledge on you guys? Give me the votes here. Give me a 1 if it's the Bandit, a 2 if it's the Warden, a 3 if it's Chronic, and a 4 if it's Tommy. Okay, exclude me because I know I didn't do either. I'm in last place. So definitely, guys, give me a 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1 Bandit, 2 Warden, 3 Chronic, 4 if it's Tommy. And then I'm gonna just judge really quickly from here. I'm seeing 4s and 3s. Oh man,
yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Let Tommy choose, man. Let Tommy choose.
4s and 3s here, and I'm seeing.
Come on, let Tommy choose.
Oh god.
Okay, Tommy. There's too many going on.
Tommy, fan club.
Tommy, looks like you get to choose here. Pick a 4 that picked you. And I'm gonna send him a CNFT.
Let me go down and scroll a couple bit just in case I didn't see anybody.
Man, you got your 35ers in here too.
Yeah, I can't. Let's go with. Ooh, I don't know who you are over here.
Chronic, pick another person too, because it looks like it's tied here.
You got a tie coming in here right now.
Yeah, let me.
Let's go with. I don't know, somebody I got in here. I gotta go because they're first over here. I got. Let's go with Rez. I gotta go Rez.
Rez, can you drop in your Nami wallet?
He's got me tonight only because of the the legendary yummy.
Oh, the yummy PFP, yeah.
Do it.
I'm jealous of that. Yeah, I'll give you this NFT. You give me that.
Hey, pick one for me too, Tommy. Pick one for me too in the 3s, brother. Pick one for me.
No. You got to pick a favorite.
Come on, man.
Just like a parent.
Come on, I don't like that. I got too many kids. It's always me too, bro. What you mean? I got 4 kids. It's always me.
Come on, man. We all got favorites. We got favorite kids. It's all good.
All right, I see green fingers right there, man. That's just my first one I see. I'm green sorry. Fingers. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Green fingers. Love that user, man.
All right, guys. Get drop in your ADA wallets. Green fingers and Rez. Make sure you drop. If I don't get those ADA wallets, you don't get these CNFTs. So just guys, thank you so much for dropping Twitter. Aaron, you got a Twitter follow? No, don't follow me. Rez, don't follow me. Follow Chronic, follow Tommy, follow the Bandit, follow Warden. Guys, thank you guys for joining us in CNFT Tuesdays. It's a fantastic stream. I love doing this kind of stuff. Be sure to drop in those